So you have been stuck on your floor for a lot of time. You keep going floors below, but you can't go one floor above. If you are floor 9, you can't reach floor 10. If you are floor 10, you can't reach Celestial. And even if you are on the Celestial floor, you keep losing and going back to floor 10. What do? You watch, you replace, but you already know that. You have heard it from 1,000 YouTubers in a million different tutorial videos. They keep telling you watch your replays, analyze it, you will learn a lot from it, and keep doing it again and again. But how do you do that? They never tell you what to look out for. They never tell you what to ask yourself, or how to take notes, or how to implement that knowledge into your gameplay. So this is why I'm making this video, so you can get better at the game while having fun, while watching replays, instead of just sitting there numbingly playing or watching yourself get beaten by 10 different techniques from 10 different characters from 10 million special moves. So here's everything you need to know on how to watch your replays. If this is your first or second fighting game and you're still on the lower floors, like from floor 1 to floor 6 or 7, and you have just been pressing buttons and you're winning, but when you get the chance to go to the next floor, mashing buttons doesn't work anymore, and you don't know why. You can check this video by Core A Gaming, which will give you a lot more value when you watch your replays. So before you watch your replays, you have to record them first, right? You can check this option in the game to save the replays automatically. Then you need to record the replay itself after you display the inputs of you and your opponent. Then you can use this media player to watch them, as you can go frame by frame by holding control and using the arrow keys. So here's an important note. You should never watch your replays just after you have played these matches. You need to cool off, you need to let the salt dissolve. You should watch your replays with a clear mind and zero salt. So, what to look out for? I didn't know what to look out for at first, but after checking YouTube, I found 2 questions that you should ask yourself while you watch your replays. The first is, why did I get hit? Because most of the time, when you get hit, you have made a mistake. And the second question is, how can I prevent this from happening again? These 2 questions made it clear for me what do I need to look out for and what do I need to note down. That's why I don't need to take notes when you get hit by a random projectile or a punch here and there. But what you should take note of is when something happens repeatedly and you keep falling for it every time. It can be either a flaw in your combos, neutral game or block strings, or it can be with how you deal with your opponent's offense and mix-ups. An example of this is how I kept falling for this frame trap that Ino does. I took note of what's happening and then I tested it in the training, and I found out that she can actually frame trap you with the H version of Stroke the Victory, but the S version is actually punchable. And I found out that I can actually dodge the follow-ups by backdashing or just blocking, and how grabbing the H version is actually much easier than the S version if you can predict it. So I took that knowledge and put it in my personal notes sheet, link in the description, and that takes us to the next step. After you have played enough against each character, you will have enough knowledge in this sheet, in which case you can just take a peek at these notes each time you are loading into a match against that character. And before we go into the next step, here's a small tip for you. Every time you lose is an opportunity to learn something new from that matchup so you don't lose to it next time. So next time you lose a match, you're actually improving your chance of winning in the future by taking notes of these situations. So after you have your notes, you can take them to your Road to Celestial sheet, in which you can now add these points to the levels, which will help you break down the steps that you should take to get better. But this step is optional anyways. And now we are at the last step, which is repeat. You will eventually find players who can adapt to your strategies pretty quick, and when that happens, it's a good sign that you are actually improving and fighting better players. And that's a new opportunity for you to learn something new or to flesh out your knowledge and strategies even more. In the end, I want you to remember that this is still a game, and the purpose is to have fun while playing and while learning it. I'm not saying you don't be salty or frustrated when you lose. What I'm saying is you shouldn't let these emotions build up till you hate something that you might be passionate about. When you lose and you go down a floor and you're so salty and frustrated that you just can't help but go back there and fight that douchebag that made you lose a rank, that's your sign to close the game and take a break. You can go play something else for a while, maybe take a walk, or just hop in a call on Discord and play with some friends. And after you cool off, you can pick the game back up, and then you can kick some ass with a clear and fresh mind. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I have around 20 cult members, subscribers right now, who joined the journey with me. So if you want to join us, you can like, subscribe and ring the bell, give me your credit card information and sacrifice your soul so you can instantly get VIP when you open Stripe next time. Oh, and also if you have any tips that you want to share about this topic, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and take care.